And he picked a date 3 weeks out. So it was about maybe the 15th of December that he decided, and he ended his life on January 9th. And in that period of time, I got surprised, really, really surprised. My expectation had been that once he decided to end his life, I would feel rushed, right? Like there wasn't enough time, I'd feel panic, and so forth. And I felt exactly the opposite. All of the panic of a long period of illness, the cycles of hope and despair, the tension of that completely evaporated. And what I had in those 3 weeks was a period of incredible expansiveness and feeling of abundance with my husband. So I worked for 2 of those weeks. My daughter was in California. She came home for Christmas. She went back to California to finish some work and then come back for the death. I mean, there was all this movement. I would go downstairs to see clients in my private practice, and I'd come upstairs for 5 minutes between clients. I'd go to the bathroom, I'd come to the living room, I'd sit next to my husband, I'd hold his hand, and I would feel like those 5 minutes were forever. And that shocked me, to tell you the truth. So what I guess I realized was that once the actual decision was made, there was no more of that terrible thrashing that comes with, is he going to die? When is he going to die? How's it going to happen? Maybe he's not going to die. Maybe it's going to be okay. All of that, right? And it allowed him to, I think, really, what he had started in June with the trip to Whidbey Island, it allowed him to complete, which was to complete his conversations with people, to make sure that he had done what he wanted to do. And the obituary that he wrote the week before his death with a friend of ours who's a journalist, God bless her. Oh, that's Hal's wife, by the way. He said, my relationships are so complete, there's no loss in the leaving. And, I think this is in part what you get when you have a long illness and you take it on in a certain way and you say to yourself, I'm going to face the reality of my death pretty much at every step of the way, which means that it doesn't mean you're dying at every step of the way. He was living, right? But he was living with that informed awareness of his death.